All right, if you've spent any time at all online, you know the deal. You've seen the promises, right? Make money while you sleep. Get rich with my secret method. But today, we're just going to cut right through all that noise. We're going to look at what's actually working right now in 2026 and how this powerful new set of AI tools is completely changing the game for, well, everyone.
I mean, look at this. You see numbers like this thrown around all the time, don't you? This one, it comes from a YouTube creator breaking down his passive income for a single year. It's just staggering. And it's exactly this kind of thing that makes you stop and wonder, is this stuff even real? Honestly, it can feel so out of reach it might as well be a myth.
And that really is the central question, isn't it? The online world, it's like a jungle. I mean, people are trying to sell you absolutely everything, from a course on some secret app to these instant millionaire schemes. It's just overwhelming. So how do you actually separate the real opportunities from all the dead ends? How do you know where to put your time, your money, and your effort?
Okay, so here's the secret. The game hasn't changed because of some brand new secret hustle. No, it's changed because of the tools. We are living in an era where artificial intelligence isn't just a buzzword anymore. It's a real, practical toolkit. It can automate, it can accelerate, and it can create opportunities that, simply did not exist just a few years ago.
So where do you even start? Well, the fastest, most direct path to earning your very first dollar online is by providing a service. Simple as that. You're solving a real problem for a real business. But here's the kicker. Now you can supercharge that entire process with AI, which makes it one of the easiest and, honestly, most effective ways to get your foot in the door.
All right, let's get specific. One of these single hottest service opportunities right now is helping local businesses with their Google business profile. You know what I'm talking about? Those listings you see on Google Maps. And look, according to Google's own data, the demand for this is massive and it's consistent. And why? Well, it's pretty simple. A well-optimized profile means more phone calls, more people walking through the door, and ultimately more money for that business. And the process? It can be surprisingly simple. Step 1, you find businesses on maps that are basically invisible. They have no website, terrible photos, maybe that little unclaimed tag. Step 2, you use ChatGPT to whip up a list of potential clients. Plumbers, painters, pet groomers, you name it. Then, step 3, you use ChatGPT again to write a friendly, non-salesy pitch to offer your help. And finally, step 4, you get paid to fix up their profile with new photos, the right hours, all the correct info. You're basically using AI to solve the two hardest parts of any business, finding clients and knowing what to say to them.
Now, you might be thinking, do I need to be some kind of expert to do this? Nope, think again. 42. That is the number of minutes it takes to complete Google's own free course on how to manage a Google business profile. I mean, in less time than it takes to watch a movie, you can get a certification straight from Google that instantly makes you more credible than 99% of people out there. The barrier to entry here is just incredibly low. So, what do you actually say to these businesses? Well, here's an example of an AI-generated pitch that's been tweaked to be less, salesy and more about making a genuine connection. It says, as a fellow small business owner, I know how crucial it is to make every customer count. I've seen businesses in your area benefit from this, and I thought it might be something that could help. See? It's not pushy, it's helpful. It positions you as a partner, not some random salesperson. This is exactly the kind of outreach that gets a yes and lands you that first client.
Okay, so that's earning your first dollar. Now let's talk about the next level. Once you've got some cash coming in from selling a service, you can start moving into building digital assets. We're talking about things that can generate passive income over the long term. And guess what? AI is completely revolutionizing how quickly you can build these too.
The best way to think about this is in two parts. On one side, you've got the creator play. This is all about building an audience. Think a YouTube channel or a TikTok profile. On the other side, you've got commerce. This is about selling a product, like a book on Amazon or stuff in a Shopify store. Now, the real power, the real magic, happens when you combine the two. When you use that audience you've built to drive sales to your products.
And AI is just accelerating this process across the board. Take Amazon KDP, for example. You can use AI to help design low-content books like planners and journals. Or how about YouTube automation? You can use AI to generate scripts and even voiceovers for these faceless channels. AI dropshipping? There are tools now that can build your store for you and find products that are already winners. And even Amazon merch? You can use AI to research untapped niches for t-shirt designs. It basically removes huge amounts of guesswork and time from the equation. Okay, but we absolutely need a dose of reality here. This is a real 14-day case study of selling a planner on Amazon. Now, the revenue looks pretty nice, right? Almost $150. But after Amazon's fees and the software costs, the actual profit was about $27. So no, it's not a lottery ticket. But you know what it is? It's proof. It shows that in a very short time, with minimal effort, you can create a real asset that actually makes real money. And here's another one. This is a 7-day test of a Shopify store that was built with AI. Again, this isn't life-changing money just yet, but in only 1 week, this little store generated over $80 in profit. Now just imagine scaling that. Imagine having 10 products or 20. These small wins are the foundation of a real scalable online business. It proves the model actually works. All right, so what's the catch? There has to be a catch, right? Well, here it is, and this is crucial. AI can make you faster, it can make you smarter, and way more efficient. But what it cannot do is replace your focus and your commitment. The grind is and always will be non-negotiable. The tools are incredibly powerful, but they don't do the work for you. To make this really concrete, business coach Dan Martell offers a super simple framework. He puts all these online opportunities into buckets. First, there's the trash bucket. This is full of things like day trading or flipping NFTs. Stuff where it's way easier to lose money than to make it. But then there's the easy bucket. This is where you find things like those AI-powered services we just talked about. This is your fastest path to building skills, building confidence, and earning your first real income. The key is you have to start in the right bucket.
But listen, even if you pick the absolute perfect business in the right bucket, there is one trap that destroys more aspiring entrepreneurs than literally anything else. It's called shiny object syndrome. You know what I'm talking about? It's that feeling you get when you see a new video or a new idea, and you immediately want to drop everything you're doing to go chase it. But every time you do that, you reset your progress all the way back to zero.
And this really is the final and maybe the most important takeaway of all. It's this quote: most people fail not because they were in the wrong bucket, but because they switch buckets every few weeks. It's not about finding the one perfect secret business idea. It's about choosing a viable path and then actually sticking with it. The only way to win is to stay in the game long enough to see the results. So as we wrap this up, the big question isn't really about what AI can do anymore. We know the tools are there, they're powerful. They can build the engine, the frame, they can build the whole car for you. The real question is for you. Which road are you going to commit to driving down? Because in the end, that commitment, that's the one thing AI can't generate for you.